Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Subcommittee Higher Education 2012 budget meeting. What we have to do is take a look at the 2012 supplemental. Scott's passed out. Everybody does have the tracking sheet, correct? Mr. Scott Blunt and Christina's here. I'm going to purposefully not introduce the gentleman who I believe Mr. John Brown is here from the Regents. He used to be with the House. That's a good place for you in the back. All right, let me draw your attention to the tracking sheets. This, I don't think, will take a great deal of time because this is effectively the document we worked on last year. This is the 2013 budget and the supplemental. Let's start with the Regents budget itself. This is the governor's recommendation. In the Regents, we have made no suggested changes. This is a 2% across the board, and if you'll look at the this starts with line items 40 through 40.21.4, and it's truly a 2%. Are there any questions on the Regents section? Okay, next session is the Georgia Student Finance Commission. Again, this is pretty much the same kind of thing. We made one change from the governor's recommendation. This was just some later information. The North Georgia Military College came to us and said that because of some changes, their grant was about $45,000 short, and they asked that we change or take from their scholarship that $45,000, and it's just a balance. They were in agreement. We will have a little bit of a consequence in the 2013, but we can talk about that in more detail. It's about a $72,000 change in the 2013 in the big budget. Any questions on student finance? Okay. And the next is Technical College System of Georgia. And the only thing I wanted, again, this is pretty much the 2% cut. You see that big on 4702. That's the adjustment for the state health benefit plan. That's a big number, but that is what it is. The only thing I guess we can draw your attention to, and this has gotten several questions, on 47.4.1, it says realized savings by closing underutilized branch locations, $3.9 million. I now have the list. I'll be willing to share it with you. I don't want to necessarily go down this list because I don't know that all of these are going to close, and that brings up that begs the question, if they're going to take $3 million out of the budget, or we're going to take $3 million out of this budget between now and July, and we don't close these about 20-something institutions that had under 200 FTE. That's what this is about. Recommendations that they close institutions in this budget union under 200 FTE. I don't think there's any realistic idea that we're going to close these institutions. So I think what I'd like to ask the committee to do, I want to have a in-depth discussion on these closings and these numbers when we get to the big budget, and we might want to do a little bit of rebalancing. I've yet to really see the formula. It's not based purely on FTE because the FTE number doesn't match up with the projected savings number, so we've got to find what the formula is, and Scott's working on that. But let's take a look at these, and then I'll have the list available for everybody. I think Morris News actually printed the list a couple weeks ago, so it's not like it's any big secret, but I have it here. But I'm going to suggest that we go ahead with a recommendation for now, but that we really take a look at it coming up. Any other questions? And the rest is the 2% in technical college. Any questions? There's a move to approve. Second. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned. Thank you very much. Just to give you a little bit of an idea, I'm going to probably call a meeting for next week when we start in on the 13th, and if anybody has anybody they want to have come testify specifically in front of this committee, just let me know and I'll accommodate those. Okay, thanks.